So today is, we're doing a sprint like we did in season 3. This is where we set a 30-minute timer, which I'm going to pull up right now. Brandt has no idea what the topic is. It's my turn to surprise him. I bring up a topic and then we talk about it. And I know everything and Brandt knows nothing, and it's perfect.
I'm really curious to see what you brought to the table today. From conversations to the natural world to complete silence, so many of us focus on what's next rather than what is happening now. I'm Listening is a podcast that dissects the importance of listening.
I'm Drew Richmond.
And I'm Brandt Christofferson.
And this is I'm Listening, a podcast simply about the skill of listening. We don't know when this episode is necessarily going to air, but as far as we're concerned today, Brandt,
it will never air.
School is in session, Brandt.
School's today in session.
Today, and for a lot of people, but especially here in the Midwest, specifically Wisconsin, there's kind of this thing where we start school the Tuesday after Labor Day, which is today, which is when we're recording this. So school is in session, my friend. Yeah. And because you love school so much and I love school so much, we are going to jump right into AP Physics.
What? AP Physics?
AP Physics.
Okay.
I don't even know what AP stands for,
I never took any AP classes in high school. I had friends that did. I was not there.
My kids take AP courses all the time. It's fantastic.
Kids are smart. Yes.
But because they're way smarter than me. Again, I don't even know what it stands for, but welcome on this first day of class, Brandt. Welcome. My name is Professor Richmond. Class is now in session, and welcome
my
to
calculator.
Physics. Get your TA 185, a little plug.
Yep.
You can send me a free one because I'm about to spend $125 on another one. Thank you very much. So if I could get that. This episode's sponsored by Texas Instruments.
They don't just have an app on the phone now. You still buy a calculator?
This is the thing. You can't have your phone in class. So it's this weird, so you got to spend $125 on a fucking calculator.
Wow. I hand it over to Texas Instruments.
So
they've got some good lobbyists out there.
Texas Instruments sponsoring this episode. They don't know it yet, but they will. And then they'll send me a free TI 18947. And so, anywho.
Amazing.
Brandt, well, you're going to ask yourself, well, when it comes to physics, what does that have to do with listening? Because remember, we have a podcast about listening.
I was wondering.
Yes, and there is one thing that is very, very front of mind when it comes to physics and listening, and that, my friend, is our subject today for this sprint, which is the Doppler Effect.
The Doppler Effect.
The Doppler Effect.
Okay.
So, again, welcome to AP Physics. I'm putting on my spectacles because I can't see anything anymore because I'm getting old. We've already covered that subject off air.
The Doppler Effect.
And we are talking about the Doppler Effect. Brandt, did you remember what the Doppler Effect is?
All I can think of when you say Doppler is a Doppler radar, which is however they use radar to figure out where clouds are for the weather.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. That's all I remember.
There is a Doppler radar. The other thing that happens in the Doppler world is sound.
Sound. Is there a whole Doppler subreddit out there I should be reading?
I'm sure. This is not my sourcing, but yes, I'm sure there is. So the Doppler effect also is very commonly known as the Doppler effect, and that is when a siren or a vehicle, if you're standing on the road and there's a siren that comes way off in the distance, and then it's like that effect,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
We will either going to keep that soundbite or actually replace it with a Doppler siren. But anywho, so you're stationary. And this thing is coming towards you, and it gets louder and louder and louder. And it goes past you, and it goes quieter and quieter and quieter.
Yes. I've noticed this with motorcycles. where they've got their music on really loud. And as they're coming at me, the song sounds faster. And then when they're going past me, the song sounds slower. Is that
faster and slower? We're going to go ahead and translate that to pitch and frequency.
Ooh.
Remember that. So we go back to a couple of seasons ago. We're talking about pitch and frequency then. So we'll just give you a quick update and a quick lesson on that just in case. Because remember, here we go. So it's a sprint because it's fast. Here we go. Christian Doppler, born 1803. He sadly passed away, only 50 years of life in 1853. He was an Austrian Austrian mathematics and physicist. Okay.
Yeah.
The good day mate thing was a Dumb and Dumber reference. Anyway, remember, school is in session. This is AP Physics. Welcome to it. In 1842, he presented and then was later published about light waves.
Okay.
Sound waves is kind of what I've always known about the Doppler effect, but he actually published everything in 1842 about light waves.
And light waves. Light is different than sound.
Correct.
You're just layering in the mystery here.
Correct. So light is different than sound. It travels at a different speed. There is a different frequency of the light waves versus the sound waves, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But it's all related. Okay. Do you have any questions so far as we start this lecture about, sprint about Doppler?
So many questions, but just please keep
We're just going to keep going. Okay. Let's talk about frequency. Frequency in the realm of light or sound is the number of waves that happen per second. Okay, so it's the frequency of the wave. We got to establish that.
The more waves per second, the higher the frequency. The less waves per second, the lower the frequency.
And the higher the frequency is known as the pitch. So the pitch is the high frequency. The higher the frequency, the higher the pitch. The lower the frequency, the lower the pitch. You could also equate that with the level of sound. So if you think about the siren that's going by you, so you are stationary, and we will get to this in a moment, just patience, Brandt.
Okay.
If you are standing still, and that ambulance or that cop car is coming down the road, it is a lower sound. And as it comes towards you, it is a louder sound.
Yes.
Higher pitch. And then as it goes past you again, it is once again a lower sound, lower pitch, lower frequency. Okay?
Because it's moving.
Doing great so far, Brandt.
It's moving. I'm stationary.
Well, Brandt. Let's not get ahead of ourselves in class here, mister.
No.
But I like you're on the same page.
There's something to do with movement.
Bingo.
Okay.
But there has to be a second part of this. So
the train leaves Denver at 6
a.m. at 60 miles an hour. It arrives in Chicago 17 hours later.
Yep.
What color was the train?
It's a long-ass train ride.
Because that's how my brain operated in with word problems. Okay, so you know what, Brandt? That's a great question or a great statement that you just made. You just said, so it has to do with motion or movement.
Yes.
But in order for there to be motion or movement, there has to be a second component of that, which is the object must be stationary.
Okay.
That is listening to it. Because you can't have both.
Yeah. No.
So let's say, and I'll give you this perfect example because class is in session. Remember, welcome to AP Physics with Professor Richmond.
Still here.
Still trying to figure out what AP stands for. Don't even know. And
Associated Press.
Yes, the Associated Press class of physics. Yeah. So let's say, Brandt, you are in the ambulance.
Okay, I'm in the ambulance.
Let's say you're in the ambulance and you are moving with the ambulance. Is the pitch or the frequency changing at all?
No, because I'm moving at the same rate that the ambulance is moving. Therefore, I would imagine nothing would be changing.
It would always be the same. So even though the ambulance is in motion, the object is in motion with it. So the sound waves and the frequency and the pitch will always remain the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you go 10 miles an hour or if you go 110 miles an hour, you're in motion with that object.
So this Christian Doppler back in 1842 was thinking about this?
He was. Now, that's also another great question, Brent. Let's bring it back to light.
Okay.
So he has a theory that stars are moving with you or away from you or towards you.
Okay.
So let's put it back into the ambulance. Is the ambulance coming towards you? How can you tell? Is the ambulance moving away from you? How can you tell? Or are you in the ambulance with it? That's a lot of ambulances. I hope I'm going to say it wrong at one of these points. Okay.
Yeah.
So he is saying, actually, because motion can also be determined by color, go back to episode 12 in season 1, that the frequency can be translated into colors. The higher the frequency, the more blue it is, and the lower the frequency, the more red it is.
Yep.
Okay, we talked about that. He is saying if you look at stars, if the stars are bluer in color, they are moving towards you because they are coming at a higher frequency.
Really?
And if the stars are more red, they are moving away from you because they are moving in a lower frequency, like the ambulance sound is moving away.
How on earth would...
Dude, I don't know.
How can you prove that? I mean, I could come up with a theory, but
because it's a mathematical equation.
Okay, great. So many questions.
I know. This isn't this fascinating. So I know we have a podcast about listening, and I know we're talking about light, but this is where it all started. So what he is ultimately saying is it doesn't matter if it's a sound wave, it doesn't matter if it's a light wave, and it actually doesn't matter if it's a water wave. It's all the same thing. So we talked about ambulances, we've talked about stars. Let's talk about ducks, which is clearly the next thing to talk about.
That's where we're going.
A duck is swimming through a pond.
The duck walks into a bar.
The duck walks into a bar.
Yeah.
If you are in a boat and you are anchored and the duck swims by you, the waves, as the duck approaches you, there's no sound or there's no wave, right? And then there's a lot of little waves because the duck is right there making those little waves. And as it swims past you, the waves that it leaves or the wake that it leaves, you can visualize that those waves are becoming longer and slower as the duck gets past you further and further.
Yeah, you can imagine the duck
and your boat is going to react.
The waves are going to be behind. Yeah.
Correct. And as that duck goes past you, you're going to get a lot of little waves, and your boat's going to go up and down, and then your boat's going to slowly stop waving or stop rocking.
How big is my boat? Because the ducks aren't that big.
It's very tiny. It's a very tiny boat, or a very large or a very large
duck.
Okay, but that's another way to that's how you can see it.
I can see that. That makes. Why didn't you start with the duck?
Because we have to talk about all of our ways that we have auditory learners, we have visual learners, and we have kinesthetic learners. So short of me putting you in a boat and bringing a really big duck along for the podcast, that's how I can explain it to you in a visual sense.
Got it. Okay, so that makes sense to me. I can visualize the duck moving through the water and how the waves will ripple out from that duck while it's moving. Okay, thank you.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it. To put it into simpler terms, the apparent change in the frequency of a wave caused by a relative motion between the source and the observer is another way to explain this Doppler effect. I'll say that again. The apparent change in the frequency of a wave caused by the relative motion between the source and the observer. The two pieces at the end there, Brandt, are very important. You must have a source and you must have an observer, that piece of the observer. If I am paddling next to the duck in my boat, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm going with it, right?
Yeah.
If I'm in the cop car and the siren is going off, I'm going with it. If the Earth, as we appear, or as we view the stars, if we're going with it, there's no change.
No change. Okay. Got it.
So you have to have that observer part.
I'm not going to ask about two ducks swimming towards each other and what would happen.
Oh, we'll get there.
Oh, okay.
We'll get there.
When two ducks
Brandt,
collide. The ambulance shows up. Right, well, now I'm with a duck in an ambulance, and we're going towards the stars or away from the stars.
Bingo.
And
correct. So you're on a duck being chased by an ambulance through space.
Yes. Okay, yes, I'm with you. I'm with you.
And that is the Doppler effect.
There's waves everywhere. And it's the waves and how they move. I'm stationary, that is moving, and it's how I'm observing, experiencing the waves that are coming at me.
Correct.
Okay.
Great job. So there's a space duck, and an ambulance. I'm following you so far.
Any other questions? I'm following you so far.
Any other questions? Class is over. That's it. Have a great day.
How are you going to wrap this up now in the next...
Oh, that's right. This is a sprint, isn't it? Part 2.
Okay.
Now that we know now that we have our ducks
in a row. Am I back in class now?
And the stars are aligned and the ducks are in a row.
Okay.
We're back in class now. So you have the frequency, you have the pitch, you have the source of the sound, and you have, or the light, and you have the observer, the person.
Yeah.
Now, if that person is stationary, you're going to realize that Doppler effect as the bunching of sound as it approaches you, which would be similar to the little ripples of the duck as it's closest to the duck through the water.
Yes.
That goes past you in a higher frequency. That's when it's at its loudest. And then as it passes away from you, those ripples or those waves get more spread out. It's a lower frequency, a lower pitch. It's going to be a lower sound.
Yes.
If you are stationary, and we will, for this sake of the argument, call Earth stationary, and those stars are coming towards you, they are bunching, they're moving at a higher frequency, they're going to reflect the color blue or be in the more of the blue tones. If they're moving away from you, they are more in the red tones, because there are very few to little blue stars. Most of them are red.
Really?
Which some theories point to the fact that the universe is ever expanding because the stars are constantly moving away from us. So
that is where that comes from then. That idea of
the
ever expanding universe. Interesting.
Correct. And Dr. Hubble of the Hubble telescope was one of the first that had enough magnitude and power to prove this theory that these stars are more in the red shade, thus they are moving away from us.
Oh, interesting. So this holds up. Okay.
Are we having fun?
Yeah.
Is this not fun? This is fun. Class is in session.
Bring this back to listening now.
Listening.
Yeah.
So we have a podcast that's called I'm Listening. It's about the value or the skill of listening.
Yes.
We want people to walk away
yes.
with this understanding, or at least to feel a little bit smarter, walk away with a tool. Well, what the hell does that mean? I don't know if it's a tool, but it's education, Brandt. It's education.
Sure.
So you brought up, your first thing you brought up was Doppler. And you're like, oh, Doppler radar.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, full confession, I really didn't get into the Doppler radar aspect of it. And the research that I brought up didn't really talk about the Doppler weather radar, but it did talk about radar in the sense of like a radar detector. Yeah. And it's the exact same thing. So I would imagine that the weather radar does the exact same thing. So as these storms come towards the radar source, remember the radar is a... because you have to have a source and you have to have a observer. Yeah. So you have to have a source and you have to have an observer. So the observer is the radar, the thing spinning around collecting the data. It is sending out waves.
Yep.
Things are bouncing off of it and then they're coming back to it. And that frequency in which they are coming back to it, it's the exact same thing. Doppler.
Got it.
Right?
Amazing.
So it's all about the sound waves. Okay. All makes sense. So a radar detector shoots out a wave. Mm-hmm. You are the observer. You're standing still.
I'm the cop and hiding behind the billboard with my little radar gun.
Yep, correct. So then it shoots out a source. It hits the vehicle, and the waves in which it bounces back to you is translated in the computer system to tell you how fast you're going.
Yeah.
So think about this.
88 miles an hour.
Or was it kilowatts per hour? Something like that. Gigawatts. So think about this. In a moment, a police officer is sitting in a cop car and the window's down.
Yeah.
The police officer is shooting a radar gun at a vehicle as it drives by.
Yeah.
So the sound in which the vehicle is driving by is creating a Doppler effect to the police officer of the vehicle going by.
Okay.
The radar detector is also shooting out a signal utilizing the Doppler effect to create the indicator of how fast that vehicle is going and if it's exceeding the speed limit or not.
Yeah.
And then the cop car turns on its sirens to come pull you over, to which you hear it in a lower frequency as the cop car comes closer to the fucking Doppler. It's Doppler everywhere. You've got the Doppler effect with the vehicle, to the cop, to the radar detector, it's everywhere. It is constant.
Okay.
It is all of the time. So when you listen to this episode,
this is all encompassing.
It is constant. And even if you're not listening to anything, the Earth is moving away from the stars. Also, the Doppler effect.
Wow, this is insane. Whoa. This is.
Isn't this
I'm going to be
insane?
Listening to things differently now in regards to things in motion. Is it far
Things
away?
in motion.
Is it? Yeah. Is it moving toward me? Is it not?
I mean, I have a road that's relatively busy by my home. You don't think about it every day. You're not like, ooh, I wonder if that car. But if I hear a siren, which are actually quite rare where I live, which is nice. If I hear a siren coming, I'm like, oh, I wonder what direction that's coming from. And sometimes it's hard for me to tell. Is it coming from my right? This goes back to our the ability to hear. But you can hear it like, oh, it's far away siren. Is it going to come down my road or not?
Yeah, you're listening if it's coming closer or not.
Stationary, motion, source, frequency, pitch, Doppler effect.
So yeah, you can hear if something's moving toward you or if something is moving away from you. That's really, I've never really thought of it in that sense before, of how the frequencies are going up or down is helping me indicate where that is. It's almost like an echolocation in a sense, right? I suppose that would...
Oh, are you talking about electromagnetic waves?
I could be.
Class is in session, Brandt.
Uh-oh.
I feel, Brandt, that you in this AP physics course, that you are excelling in what I'm teaching. And I really feel that you're grasping all aspects of what's going on here.
There better not be a test.
Good. I don't do tests.
Yeah, I can't do tests.
But I feel like we are moving right along. And Brandt, I believe you're ready to move on to the next chapter. So now moving on to chapter 3. Mm-hmm. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's say you're in a canoe, a very tiny canoe.
Yes.
And a duck paddles by.
Yep.
What do you suppose the speed is of that duck that's swimming past you?
Don't know. Maybe 2 miles an hour. It's very slow.
Let me put it to you in your language. A duck is traveling at you at 2 miles an hour. You are traveling at the duck at 0 miles an hour. Okay. How long does it take the duck to get past you? The color is blue, right? Makes sense.
Sure.
So then, actually, it is blue because it's coming towards you.
It's coming towards you. Is it a star?
It's blue light duck. It's blue light duck. Okay.
Can we play red light, green light with the duck?
Yes. All right. So let's call it 2 miles an hour. The ambulance or the cop car is coming by you. Let's say that's going 65 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But what if you're in an International Space Station?
Okay.
And you're going 17,500 miles an hour.
Yeah, you can see the International Space Station moving across the sky.
17,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Now, remember, this is chapter 3. This is advanced stuff here, Brandt.
Okay.
So one of the things in the Doppler effect is how do they communicate with each other via FM stations, AM stations? And we got into some of this a little bit in previous episodes.
Yeah.
If the International Space Station is traveling at 17,000 miles an hour, how does it communicate back to Earth? When your brain's like, well, those are sound waves, but isn't it moving faster than the speed of sound? So it's traveling at 17,000 miles an hour. The speed of sound is roughly 780 miles an hour.
Got it.
Well, how in the hell does that work? If the speed of sound, if you're traveling faster than the speed of sound, but that's what you just brought up. You already answered the question. It's not in sound waves that the FM station is talking to Earth.
No.
It is in electromagnetic waves.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So that we capture that piece. So the sound wave of a siren coming at you.
Yep.
It's going 65 miles an hour, let's say. Well, you can hear that.
Yeah.
So the International Space Station. So if we talk about radio communications, this comes up frequently in aircraft. Well, how does the Doppler effect, how does that work? If you're traveling at 800 miles an hour or 17,000 miles an hour, how do you communicate with radio towers? Well, they're not using sound frequency. If they yelled out of the plane, it would never happen.
Yeah.
but they have to use electromagnetic waves, which is that FM station. That's how it gets faster, because electromagnetic waves travel at the speed of light.
But
does that make sense? Do you follow me on that?
Yeah, I do follow you on that, because if it was the speed, I'm guessing that we are calling sound because it's what we can hear. You get into something that is outside of sound, you're getting into a whole different ball of wax.
And if you're asking what is the speed of light, if you're asking about the speed of light in miles per hour, it's 186,000 miles per second.
Got it.
So anything that we create
yeah.
isn't going to travel faster than the speed of light.
Not yet.
So we don't have to worry about that. So if the electromagnetic waves are traveling at the speed of light,
yeah.
to which they are in the International Space Station or in an aircraft, we don't have to worry about it.
No.
If that's traveling at the speed of light, you don't have to worry about it, because electromagnetic waves are traveling that fast. You don't have to worry about any sort of disruption in sound.
Got it.
Regardless of anything that's traveling very, very, very fast in the human capacity.
Yes. It's moving at the speed of light.
So that explains how aircraft and even the fastest thing that's being manned by humans at the International Space Station at 17,000 miles an hour, that's how we can still communicate, because we're not relying on sound waves.
No.
We are relying on electromagnetic waves, which travel very, 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 very fast.
Awesome.
What the hell does that have to do with the Doppler effect?
It all involves waves. Well, you kind of put it out there, because we're talking about waves, and we're talking about something that's stationary and something that's moving. So I'm guessing you're going to be in there somewhere, that the International Space Station, as it is emitting its electromagnetic waves for communicating, those waves are going to be moving at a different frequency if it's in front of the space station or behind the space station. How'd I do?
That was pretty good. Okay. And I think the biggest thing I'm going to take away from what you just said was in front of.
Yes.
Let's take 2 minutes to examine that. Remember, welcome to Chapter 3. So, can you hear the International Space Station from Earth as the stationary object? Can you hear it up there?
Can I? No, I cannot hear it. Not from down here.
You can't hear it, right? Can you hear an airplane?
Yes.
Right? The airplane's 40,000 feet in the air. Remember, there's about 9,000 of those happening at the same time all over the United States of America.
That's right.
You hear an airplane, you're like, oh, I can hear that airplane.
You can hear it coming.
I'm going to go outside and I'm going to look.
Yeah.
I can hear it coming.
Yep.
Even at 40,000 feet away from me, I can still, even though it's a very, very low frequency, I can still hear that airplane when I look up into the sky.
Yep.
But what happens when an airplane is in front of the sound?
The airplane is in front of the sound. I know what happens when I look up and I hear with my ears. I hear the airplane over here, but when I look, the airplane is not where the sound is coming from.
Correct, because that is a Doppler effect. So what if there was a fighter jet that was traveling at 1,000 miles an hour, which is roughly 250 miles an hour
faster
than the speed of sound?
I get a sonic boom. Hey, there we go. Get a sonic boom.
So if that duck in the pond is traveling at 1,000 miles an hour,
it's cooked.
The sound waves don't hit you until it's past you.
Until it's past
So
me.
it goes, you don't get the ripples in front.
No.
So that frequency is too fast. The frequency is actually traveling behind the object.
Yes.
What happens when that object passes you faster than the speed of the frequency can travel of the speed of sound is a sonic boom.
Damn.
Because that is those sound waves that are hitting you, the stationary object, at the same time. Man. The sound wave is
at the same
sonic
time.
Boom.
The boom is, got it. It's all coming at once, literally.
Think about it. If you're in the jet going 1,000 miles an hour, it's not just constant sonic booms. You're in front of the speed of sound.
Yeah. So you're not getting that.
And when that jet flies by you, it's not just constant booms all of the time. It's boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is the bunching of all of those initial sound waves hitting you at the exact same time. That's the boom.
Bunching. Okay. Yeah, because they're all...
The bunching.
It can't go
all together.
ahead of it. So it's got to be stuck with it.
Bingo. And it's not just the sonic boom and then there's no sound anymore. It's the sonic boom and then you hear the rest of the jet, because now of all of those sound frequencies, now they can hit you.
Yeah. Whoa. Crazy.
The Doppler effect.
Doppler effect. All right. So we've gone everywhere.
Class
from ambulances
dismissed.
To ducks to stars to the sonic boom. Okay. This is insane.
So as we listen to what is around us, we can thank Mr. Christian Doppler.
Damn.
From Austria.
I think we need to go out somewhere.
Do you have any questions for this professor?
No. I think we need to go out sometime and go listen to some sonic booms to wherever they are flying jets that fast.
What has occurred over the last 2 or 3 months or so are all of these air shows.
Yeah.
And so anybody can hop online and just see 2025 air show sonic booms, and you can see the Blue Angels and all these things as they fly over you at faster than the speed of sound.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get the effect of what happens at the sonic boom when the sound frequencies, the bunching of the front, the highest possible bunching of the front sound frequencies that moving object is creating to your stationary position when it goes by you, you can absolutely think of Doppler, because that is when the object is in front of the sound waves because it's traveling faster than 780 miles an hour.
That's awesome.
When it's an ambulance and it drives by you, it is traveling slower than the speed of sound. That's why you get the hear it off in the distance. It's close to you, it's louder, and it comes
closer and louder. It's probably good that ambulances don't travel faster than the speed of sound, because you would never see them coming. No. You never hear it coming.
And just as explained, if you're sitting in the cop car or the ambulance with the sirens running, they are at the same frequency and same pitch all of the time because you are moving with that object.
Cool. Awesome. This is a great topic, Drew. Thanks for bringing this today. I'm going to be listening a little different today now.
What's your takeaway?
My takeaway is that sounds and frequencies don't all move at the same rate. That as an object is moving, it is sending off frequencies and waves at different rates, and I could hear how something is moving. My brain is still melting right now, so that was my jittered takeaway. But I'm going to be definitely listening for this now after we've talked about it.
Thank you. You passed the class.
All right.
My takeaway is I'm more of a visual learner than an auditory learner. I think the idea of a very small canoe with a very large duck traveling at 1,000 miles an hour explains perfectly to me how sound waves and the stars are all attached. You summarized it earlier when you said, okay, so there's a duck, an ambulance, and a space station. Yeah. It's like, when it all comes down to it, that's exactly what it is in terms of hearing or listening to sound frequencies. And the passing, if you have a stationary object with a moving object and it is making sound, you can visualize how the sound waves affect that stationary object.
Yeah. So if it's waves of water, of light, or sound, they work very similarly to each other. I've not put that together before.
Well, Brandt, class dismissed. Thank you very much for coming. Awesome. That was AP Physics in a half hour-ish. And congratulations, you passed.
Cool. I will put that on my resume.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And I completed AP Physics in 1/2 hour.
Cool. Awesome.
Don't ask me anything else besides the Doppler effect.
Don't ask me anything else. I'm going to tell you about... Oh, AP Physics? Oh, you mean ducks and space stations and stars? Yeah. This guy's crazy.
Use that one at the bar next time.
Oh, man.
All right, Brandt. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Drew.
Professor Richmond signing
Professor.
off.
Goodbye.
Yes. Okay, goodbye. In the description of this podcast, you will find more information and a list of any of the sources that we used.
This podcast is created and produced by Drew Richmond and Brandt Christofferson. Editing by me, and the I'm Listening theme music by Drew.
That's me.
That's you.
Brandt, I will talk to you later, my friend.
We'll see you next time.
Yeehaw.
Have a good one, Drew.
Bye, Brandt.